Let's make some oil-free and refined sugar-free granola. Welcome to the Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show, where we make plant-based cooking easy. I'm Jill, and today we're gonna make this super quick and easy granola that's gonna really simplify your breakfast. It's super easy to remember. The ingredient amounts are all very similar, so you can almost just make this once and you have it memorized. So we're gonna start with 1 cup of rolled oats. These are organic rolled oats. Then this is kind of up to you what mixture of nuts and dried fruit that you use. You know, you can use a lot of different things. I'm gonna use 1/2 cup of almonds. These are raw almonds. 1/2 cup of pumpkin seeds. 1/2 cup of walnuts. 1/2 cup of pecans. See, are you getting me now? Very easy, they're all the same amounts. 1/2 cup of raisins. And 1/2 cup of dried apples that I've just cut up into little pieces. And we're just going to kind of mix them together a little bit. And I've already preheated my oven to 325 degrees. All right, just a simple stir, not too much. Now we're going to make this sauce that you're going to pour over it, and that's what's going to help it all kind of glue itself together. And typically there's oil in granola and refined sugar, but we're not going to do either of those today. We're going to use peanut butter for a healthy fat alternative, and then we're going to blend up some dates. So I have about 1/3 cup, or roughly almost 1/2 cup of dates that I poured 1/2 cup of hot water in, and I let it soak. That's going to allow it to blend a little bit easier in your blender. So first, I'm going to put that in there. Then we've got 1/4 cup of peanut butter, but you could use whatever you like. You could use tahini, you could use cashew butter or almond butter. That will work just as well. And then a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now we're just going to blend this up until those dates are completely pulverized. Okay, there we go. It's mixed together good enough. Now you're just going to pour it on there. And even if there's a little bit of chunks of dates left, like mine still had a few chunks of dates, it's granola. It will just become part of that mix. And I'm just going to sprinkle, this is completely optional too, a little bit of cinnamon, probably about 1/2 teaspoon, or you could go up to a teaspoon if you really like cinnamon. And then just stir it up well. Okay, that's it for that part. I'm going to grab my pan and I'll show you what we're going to do next. While we're waiting for that, I'd like to share some background on our show. The Whole Food Plant-Based Cooking Show is crowd-funded, which means these free weekly recipe videos, along with our entire catalog of free printable recipes on our website, plantbasedcookingshow.com, and our Plant-Based Cooking Made Easy cookbook series, are all made possible in part by the generous patronage of our supporting membership community. So if you love our recipes, I invite you to join us on our mission to make plant-based cooking easy, and follow the link in the description to become a supporting member today. There's no denying the plant-based diet is a nutrient powerhouse, but did you know there are a handful of hard-to-get nutrients even well-crafted diets are often lacking? The latest research suggests that complementing your diet with a few specific vitamins, minerals, and omega-3s will help boost your energy and keep you thriving for the long term. That's why my daily health routine includes Complement Essential. Complement Essential contains the 8 critical nutrients lacking from most plant-based diets in dosages optimized specifically for us. As a special discount for our viewers, just use code PLANTBASEDEASY at checkout to save 15% off of your order. Okay, so you're going to need a baking tray, and I lined it with a piece of parchment paper so that none of this sticks to it. So you're just going to spread it out on your tray here. And you want to spread it really evenly so that it bakes evenly. Okay, so now we're going to stick this in the oven. And every 10 minutes, you're going to give it a little bit of a stir, because all of the stuff around the outside is going to bake quicker than the stuff on the inside. You kind of want to get that just moving around. And it takes about 40 minutes. It might depend on if you used any of the different, like the different nut butter. It might baked just a little bit different. So you'll just have to watch it, and at 40 minutes, if you think it's still, you know, it's golden brown and it looks like that crunchy granola, you're good to go, but you might have to do one more set of 10 minutes. Okay guys, it is out of the oven and I've let it cool for about 10 minutes. If you want to come in and take a look, it smells so good. So you're going to need an airtight container of some type, like a Tupperware or something, because you're going to want to keep this in something airtight so that it doesn't reabsorb moisture or humidity. It's going to stay nice and crunchy. So we're just going to try to get this into our jar here. All right, and I'll finish putting the rest of that in our jar, and then I'll meet you at the table and I'll show you how I like to enjoy my granola. All right guys, it's time to eat. So I told you I'd show you how I like to eat mine. This is a little bit of my homemade yogurt, and I'll give you a link in the details below to that recipe. Super, super easy, and it stores really well. So you'll have a breakfast ready for about a week's worth of breakfast. So you don't have to turn on that oven or get your kitchen all hot on these really hot days. And I just sprinkle some on top, about a half cup or so. And then I like to put some frozen berries, some blueberries on top of mine. So delicious. Get some of that fresh fruit in there. All right. Delicious. Super simple, just lightly sweet. You're gonna love it. Come on back next week for another great recipe.